Let me explain why this program and the keto lifestyle is so personal to me. I've seen unbelievable weight loss results among clients and personal friends using this program, but I've experienced firsthand the health benefits. You see, I've always been very fit and lean and ate what I thought was healthy based on what I had always been told. High carbs, high protein, low fat. So I thought I was very healthy until a routine physical. My doctor performed an omega-3 test, which determines the level of cellular inflammation in your body. In case you didn't know, chronic cellular inflammation is the precursor to almost every chronic disease. The ideal ratio or number is 1.5 to 3. The higher the number, the more likely you are to develop chronic disease or some type of chronic illness. The average American is between 12.5 and 15, which is very high and explains why 70% of Americans die from chronic disease. My ratio was over 34, which means I was 10 times the recommended level. I decided at that point I had to make some radical changes. So I spent the next few months researching some non-traditional programs and concepts. Keto and intermittent fasting kept coming up in my research. Now, I was already familiar with the keto diet and lifestyle since I'd been involved with CrossFit for almost 10 years. So I decided to experiment with both keto and intermittent fasting while continuing my existing high-intensity fitness training. I made a few tweaks to my fitness training along the way to optimize energy levels and fat loss. Within a few weeks of making the changes, I was really surprised at how much better I felt, and how most of the daily aches and pains I dealt with over the years had all but disappeared. Fast forward 6 months to my next physical, and I was totally blown away by my numbers. My blood lipids were better than they'd ever been. My triglycerides were at 45, and my HDL good cholesterol was at 68. And more importantly, my omega-3 test, which was at over 34 at my last physical, and ideally should have been between 1.5 and 3, was now at 2, which means the chronic inflammation was pretty much gone, which explains the disappearance of my chronic pains and aches. That was all the proof I needed to be convinced that the combination of keto and intermittent fasting and the proper types and amount of fitness works miracles. You just have to learn the processes, and that's where the Fat Annihilator comes in.